Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more Warhammer 3 Total War, the Old World mod, playing as Kislev and specifically let me click it, goddammit, Sarida Katarin. It's a bit off the screen, need to zoom in a little bit more to click her easier. There we go. So, I do have some news regarding the mod front, and I've added a sub-mod, I guess you could call it, to Old World, another mod, and that is easier Confederation. Juggernaut, you've cheated, and now you're going to confederate everyone in a couple of turns and end the series. Look, no. Let me show you right now. It's Jovicina, which is the easiest one to confederate because of their strength rating. It's exactly the same as before, 54.8. Well, it's a great mod you have there, Juggernaut. Look, not quite. Let me explain. So, the Easy Confederation mod does make confederations easier, by the tiniest difference. Also, what the hell is this? I've just noticed there's a thing up here now, and I have no idea where it came from. I hope it's not part of the mod and breaking the UI, because that's going to annoy me a little bit, but to be fair, it's not like I use any of these anyway. So, yeah, I mean, I do have mod configuration tool, but that doesn't do much, so I don't have anything to configure, I mean, so, yeah. Okay, anywho, doesn't matter. What that mod does is, let's say, for example, I have 200 relationship with this faction here. Currently, as you can see, it's at 63, which is friendly, but it's not enough for us to become one faction. However, if I get it to 200, I get a significant bonus. Significant. It's not guaranteed, but I do get a bonus for confederating them. It's still more difficult to get confederations than in Warhammer 2. However, because of the diplomacy rework, now the evaluation baseline is a little bit changed, and you get a bit of a bonus when you're at, I think, 100, 150, and 200, you get various bonuses, right? On top of that, what this does, and I genuinely believe that what CA should do, is pay the author of this mod to remove the mod from the workshop and implement it in the game immediately. Because what this does is it adds another layer of gameplay. Let me explain. Let's say the Tsarjovicina gets attacked or attacks the Bone Rattlers. What I can do is I can go to the Ice Court, that's not the Ice Court, I can go to the Ice Court, recruit another Frost Maiden, have her specialized in agent actions, so be a field agent rather than embedded in an army. And once I've done that, what I can do is I can send her over to the Bone Rattlers, start attacking their settlements, attacking their heroes, sabotaging their armies, etc., etc., helping these guys out win the war, get their relationship up to 200, and confederate them that way. It gives me a reason to do it. Now, with vanilla gameplay, if I do that, I don't get much of a bonus from them. In fact, I don't get much of anything from them. So it's kind of a waste, if I'm honest. And for that reason, I think this mod is bloody amazing, especially because it's no convoluted thing that changes, I don't know, how the AI works or how the AI calculates whatever. No, it just ever so slightly modifies a few values here and there. And balance-wise, it's bloody brilliant, I think. And so, yeah, I'm really happy with the mod. And I think it should be in the vanilla game. There's no reason for it not to be. I mean, the camera mod and the lighting overhaul, I think should be in the game vanilla, period, and no game. You just shouldn't play the game without them. I think that they only add to the experience. I genuinely do. But, I mean, you could argue, oh, well, it does make confederations easier. Yes, but confederations were 4 times easier in Warhammer 2, and I still consider Warhammer 2 to be a little bit more difficult than Warhammer 3 in general, especially in the later stages. Early game, yeah, here and there, but in the later stages, yeah, I think Warhammer 3 is a lot easier than Warhammer 2. And it's not just my opinion, it's the opinion of a lot of people. So, yeah. I mean, want to talk about difficulty, I don't think that's really the key and major and important thing. Plus, if you don't want to confederate people and you want to fight everyone, then just don't confederate them. It's not like it forces a confederation on you, it just changes the values for confederation. It doesn't even give you diplomatic bonuses or anything, no, it's just just changes the baseline evaluation for confederations. There you go. Right, recruitment rank we don't need, because we've recruited an army recently and we're not going to be recruiting anything anytime soon. We now have Gospodar Governance. Training complete for Griselda Usenko, and she can now be recruited, I think. We've also gained Blizzard Brooch and the Talisman of Endurance. I think I still have to recruit her manually, right? Yeah, I still have to recruit her. And I will absolutely do that. I think pretty much right now. Yeah, I think pretty much right now we'll do that. All right, so look at my hero, and there she goes, etc., etc. I've been considering what to do about the dwarf situation and about the situation that I'm kind of fenced in, because I don't want to fight the other Kislev lords for obvious reasons, and I can't really just hop over their territory and go somewhere else for a fight. And so I've been considering what to do, and I've come to the decision that the dwarves have to go. You see, I've tried again to get a diplomatic solution with the dwarves. You know, improving the Tsar Guard would be good, but not right now. Little Grom is good also. Recruitment slot might not be bad. They'll recruit. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, I think so. Let's go with that. Or do we local recruitment capacity? Let's go with local recruitment capacity instead. Kislev has a decent, pretty decent whatchamacallit, technology tree. Yes. Anyways, so I've been thinking about the dwarves, and I've been trying to resolve it diplomatically, but I just can't do it. Let me show you. So there's the plan, right? Currently, they have no alliances, no trade partners, no enemies. They're just sitting there menacingly, right? The problem is that as long as they're just sitting here, I can't control the Kislev foothills and Lesser Tobol, all historically Kislev lands. Now, I would give them the Kislev foothills, you know, because maybe they've been driven out from their mountains or whatever. I would give them the foothills if they gave me Lesser Tobol, but there is no way I can even get a non-aggression pact with them, let alone get them to trade settlements. And for example, I don't know, what I'd be open to doing is, you can give me Balava, for example, and you can give me this. Actually, let's do it one at a time, right? Give me Balava, and in exchange, I'll give you a non-aggression pact, a trade deal, and military alliance. And hell, I'm even going to go for a military alliance, military access, sorry, I'll even go for a military alliance if you give me this place, and then we'll be the best of friends, but you'll lose Lesser Tobol, and I will protect you with my life forever. As active treasury will lower your reliability. Yeah, I don't want to lower my reliability. So I don't want to threaten them to do that, but they wouldn't accept it anyway. So instead, I've decided to declare war. And there we go. Like I said, they have no enemies, so there's not much I can do about trying to find some cheeky way to get a bonus. Sorry, to get a cheeky way to get some bonus income by joining someone else's war, but yeah, I mean, that's it. That's all I can do. Unfortunate, but we have to go to war with the dwarves to kick them out. Now, I do want Serena Katerin to be remembered as a fair ruler and a compassionate ruler, but at the same time, I also wanted to be tough. Kislev is a tough land, and she's not going to win over Kislev and the hearts and minds of the surrounding boyars and lords and gospodars by being just a kind-hearted ice lady. No, she will have to show that bear has teeth, and that if the dwarves won't fall in line, well, sometimes you just have to wage war on a fellow order faction. So, yeah. Anywho, let's get some skills going for the Ice Maiden. I think we can go with Scouting and Hailstorm. What does Hailstorm do? It's kind of like, how much damage does it do? 30. It's not bad. I think it's similar to the Law of Metal from, Law of Metal spell from, for example, you get on Archeon, and that's a very good spell, because it's so low cost. Alright, Balava, we fight. Game's telling me close victory, and I believe it. I could auto-resolve this, and it might even be safer to do so, given how incredibly good dwarves are at melee fighting. However, that will be against the spirit of the Let's Play, that will be against everything I stand for, honestly, and so I will not do that. But I do need a bit of a special tactic, right, to deal with this. I could have gotten a reinforcing army here, the second army, and that might have been a good idea, but I do want to rush towards the other settlement as quickly as possible, so if I can win this with the main army, and use the secondary one to get at their other settlement, I think that would be a lot better for me. But I do need some special tactics here. God, this is so gorgeous. I mean, look at it. Alright, let's just look at it. It looks like Kislev. It feels like Kislev. It's amazing. By the way, I adore the little hamlet here, or whatever you would call this. It's just an amazing looking map, let's be honest. It's one of the best looking maps, in my opinion, in this game, vanilla-wise. So, yeah. Here's what I want to do. I want to deploy up here. Give myself a bit of an advantage in the height of the terrain. Deploy archers in the back, fairly standard. We're going to do the same old thing if these guys shoot over here, these guys shoot over here, etc., etc. As soon as the dwarves get in close. However, I'm going to put the cavalry and the snow leopard in these woods here. And I'm going to take the Ice Guard, and I'm going to put them in these woods here, I think. And Serena Catherine will go here, and the Patriarch can go here. Speaking of, I have to see this. Is that deer antlers on a... with bronze tips, mind you? Because, you know, the bite isn't enough. If anything, wouldn't that just nerf the bear? Because the bear can't bite now, can it? Or is that supposed to sort of tenderize the meat for the bear to bite into as it charges forward? Honestly, the way I see it is if nature figured the bear can use antlers, it would probably give it some. They're deadly enough as is without them. I'm not sure if that's a way of nerfing the bear or not, but might want to consider that. Anywho, no, I guess it depends on the kind of enemies we'll be fighting, right? If we're fighting enemies with a lot of armor, the bear can bite, but maybe antlers are better? Although the sheer force of a bear's bite can probably do a number on them. I mean, chainmail, you're just screwed, right? That'll just crush through everything. I don't know, honestly. It's now it's got me thinking. Let's start deployment. Winds of Magic pretty low again, which is unfortunate, but hey. And I could go, actually, I could have gone forward with Catherine. Well, not could have, I will go forward with Catherine, actually. Yeah, I forgot, I've actually forgot about that. It is a seat. Oh, sorry. Having some coughing issues since this morning. But yeah, it's old age, I think, is what it is. Anyways, they've seen the army. They've seen the bulk of the army here. They're going to move towards us as I provoke them. It is a siege battle, which I completely forgot about because, you know, it's technically on a field and everything. But I can move Katerin here in these woods and start doing two things. One is start avoiding those catapult shots, and the other is start casting spells on them. Now, I don't have a lot of winds of magic. I mean, I have no winds of magic at all, almost. Jesus. But I do have these powers, which ought to be alright, yeah? But the no winds of magic thing is really gonna be a problem, I think. Hidden unit revealed, because we're fighting, because we're inside the forest. But, tell you what, that's okay. Yeah, that doesn't do a lot of damage at all. Dwarf warriors have a lot of armor, they have a lot of protection against spells. They are not easy to whittle down with spells, I'm afraid. Even with particularly well-placed ones like that, it's still just not going to do a lot. I mean, look at that, we did like 1,000 damage, that's nothing. We're going to end up taking more damage from this just by being here. But let me tell you something, that doesn't matter. I'm not here with Katerin to do a lot of damage to the dwarf army. I'm going to have to rely on my archers to do that, I'm going to have to rely on my armored cossars to do that. No. Instead, I'm here to do something else. I'm here to separate the army from the grudge throwers. Because those grudge throwers can be pretty darn nasty, and what I want to do is I want to separate them from the bulk of their forces. And once they've separated, send in these hidden units here and around to get rid of the catapults. Because if I don't, they can just park here, get the catapults to shoot at my army for 3 days and 3 nights, right? And I don't want to deal with that. So instead, what I'm going to do is something like this. Now obviously the grudge throwers will move with the rest of the army, but they won't move if they have a target. Yeah? And if Katerin happens to be that target, well then so be it, right? And unfortunately for the dwarves, they have the least mobile army in probably the world right now. Their mobility comes from their machines, stuff like gyrocopters. They don't have any of those. All they have is short dwarven legs and short dwarven warriors with 50 tons of armor on them, and no ability to maneuver whatsoever. And I'm going to use that to my advantage fully. Beginning with marching through these woods and killing the catapults. I was going to do it with the cavalry, but they're just letting me do it with Katerin, so I guess her bear is going to go and eat a few catapults. Lovely. Would you look at that? See, her bear doesn't have antlers. Just saying. You know, maybe follow the example of your Tsarina. Okay, these guys still stay here. They're very fast and they're invisible right now. So, actually one of the changes that I really love in Warhammer 3, invisible units now are actually invisible. I mean, don't get me wrong, the AI knows they're there, but they're not going to react to them. They're only going to react once they actually are visible again. And hiding units in woods is now a little bit more, well, a little bit more viable, I would say, so, yeah. Definitely like that. That did, like, no damage, I swear to God. I mean, there's no winds of magic, and it doesn't matter in the slightest. Okay, so I'm just going to turn these guys around a little bit, not by much. Sort of redeploy the army. Does power recharge give me... Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, just wanted to make sure. I don't want to do this. I just want to get rid of the catapult, and then we'll push our way out of there. It'll take a bit of damage, but that's fine. I'm sure the bear can handle it. Now, we do have dwarf warriors in the back, but once the main battle sort of starts, I'm gonna need you to walk there. Okay. Why are you leaving the woods? Why are you leaving the woods? This is not the route I want you to take. Yeah, just walk there slowly, creep up on them. As soon as the shooting starts, right? We're gonna start whatchamacallit, we're gonna start charging the quarrelers. And did you do enough damage to the grudge thrower? Not yet. Okay, tell you what, the grudge thrower is far enough from the army that it won't matter if it gets back in the fight right now. Okay. I'm happy to take these trades like this, because I'm doing a ton of damage to their infantry, and they're not going to be able to do a lot of damage to me, because their quarrelers don't have enough quarrelers, basically. And I'm happy to take a few hits with the armored cossars. That's kind of what they're there for. But Serena needs to get her bear in gear, as they say. You really need me to micro you out of the way of one of the warriors. Jesus, alright, there you go. I've microed you out of the way. Okay, now's about the time when we begin manually targeting stuff. And how do we go about doing that? I was expecting this, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the Ice Guard fighting as a melee unit for a little bit. Because, those Iron Breakers have a metric ton of armor. It might not even be worth shooting them. Yeah. Might even be better to just let them go. I want to take out the miners first, because that will reduce all of the morale, but again, dwarves have a ridiculous amount of morale too, so lots of armor, lots of morale, lots of staying power in a fight, but that's about all. They don't have any scary units or any scary, well, say that, and then they throw like 5 tons of explosives at my Patriarch. But, yeah, you get the idea. Tons of staying power, not a lot else. In a fight. They have some later tier units are very good. I mean, Dwarf roster is great, don't get me wrong, but these units here, they don't have any big damage dealers. Usually, you want your damage dealers to be... You really route all of them. Ooh, that is nice. Okay, yeah, usually you want your damage dealers to be stuff like... Probably should have summoned the leopard first. You want your damage dealers to be stuff like quarrelers, grudge throwers, long-range units, skirmish units, basically stuff like that. And you want just a few units of warriors and stuff to get the front line and to hold the front line. This army in particular has way too many front line units. They're just not going to be able to do enough damage. I mean, with far fewer units and far inferior units, I'm holding the line against them, and it's going to be the archers that are going to do all the damage here, right? So, yeah, as you can see, plus this strategy of firing sort of across the battle line rather than over helps out so much with, well, just winning. Honestly, with just winning. As you can see, there's arrows landing right on top of their heads. Yeah, you do occasionally hit some of your own troops. Don't get me wrong. It happens, and it will happen. But it's not a big deal. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to... Did they leave the catapult? Yeah, they left the catapult. Okay, that's fine. Not a problem. I want to charge the Iron Breakers, I think. Yeah. Charge the Iron Breakers, and you charge those guys so we can help the Ice Guard out, because they are archers after all. They're just archers that are okay at holding the line. You can now help out over here with the Iron Breakers as well, and we've caved in on the Iron Breakers, basically. Which is pretty good, I would say, and that's it. We've actually broken the dwarves. Yeah. Look at that. Actually just broke them. Beautiful. I mean, what else can I say? That is absolutely beautiful. A lot of our archers used up quite a bit of their ammo, which goes to show that we've been diligent with our archers and that we've done a good job using them. So there you go. I mean, that was. I mean, look at their units. They're surviving on like 100 health each. Okay, 400, 500 health maybe, but compared to the Kossars, I mean, these guys lost what? A tiny bit. These guys lost a bit more. The Patriarch and Katerin lost a fair bit of HP, but that's kind of what they're there for, honestly, because they regenerate HP faster than actual units. Yeah, that was perfect. That was perfect. It's going to call it a close victory. I would say that's a very decisive victory. Not just in the strategic sense, because it's their only army. Their toughest army, because they start off with these guys and so on. Well, actually, they start off with Giant Slayers and Iron Breakers, so there you go. And probably the Catapult too. So yeah, there you go. I mean, that was just... that was something, right? That was really, really something. Yeah, these guys will regenerate in a jiffy, and 3,000 gold. Nice. Okay, we're just going to occupy. Again, not a lot of money to be gained from sacking, especially lower tier settlements. And there we go. Great Bear Pelt, Perfect Vigor. Ooh, that might be worth investigating. Let's see. I can combine the two Talismans of Endurance if I want. I'm not sure I want to. In fact, yeah, I'm thinking I definitely don't. Where's the Great Bear Pelt? What is that? That's armor? Right, okay. I'll tell you what, you can have it, because I'm going to need you to run around. Oh, actually, no, you already have Perfect Vigor. Sorry, that would have been a big mistake. You already have Perfect Vigor. I'm just glad I remembered that. You can get Perfect Vigor. And then Stalk and Unstoppable is going to be great for the bear. Then sure, Talisman of Endurance. And you need a weapon, might as well get one. And then an enchanted item, we don't have one for you, I'm afraid. Actually, Blizzard Brooch and then, yeah, these two. Okay, I can fuse these two, never mind. And I get pretty much the perfect thing, which is the combined effects of the two into one. Lovely. And that I can give to, probably you, because you're going to be doing more of the fighting in melee. And then, well, for the rest of the equipment and ancillaries and stuff, you're going to have to, could have gotten rank 2 units for you. I could have gotten rank 2 units and recruited them 5% cheaper. It's a shame. Okay, just keep that in mind for the next army, I guess. And instead I can give you a banner, probably. Griffin banner any good? No. Gleaming pennant? No, not really. Okay, I'm gonna salvage these. I don't like them. They're not bad, but not really my thing. Okay. Fine, I guess that's okay. And we can go over to skills and get you guys some new stuff. You can probably use melee defense, or I can't give you any more melee defense. I guess melee attack then. offense is the best defense and all that. Fair enough. Embodiment of Winter, Earthling. Yeah, the rest of these spells are neither here nor there. Speed wouldn't be bad. Embodiment of Winter would probably be pretty good. But I'm thinking firing drills would also be very helpful. Let's go with firing drills.
A gift from Kislev's great gods.
Yeah, I think firing drills first, because I need these archers to be in tip-top shape. But because of a good battle, let's say, we can now do this. Question. Are you considered a siege attacker? Unfortunately, no. But that's okay. The good thing is, there's a second army. Yeah, a fairly small one, but there's a second army nonetheless, sitting out in one of the big halls. Okay. Fair enough. Go with the market. Actually, do I go with the market, considering that, control isn't really a problem here, but what else can I go for? Roadhouse, this, reduce corruption, income by farms increased. And market square it is. Okay. Just to make sure I'm doing everything right here, we have 2 farms. We're going to remove one of them later, I think. Right, yes. Yes, we're going to remove this one later and exchange it for a market. Once we no longer need the growth from this thing. Right, yes, definitely. Just more money to be gained that way. Although the return on investment on it will be in like 20 turns or so, but you know, so you do want to optimize everything. Okay. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. How are we looking diplomatically? Are there people that hate me for
Frostweaver.
Yeah, not really. That's about it, right?
Who calls?
Yeah, no, I have good relations with all the other Kislev factions, and yeah. Okay, fair enough. Since I do have a little bit of money, I am now going to get another Ice Maiden. Radoslava of the Ice. Fair enough. Easy to pronounce, easy to remember. Yeah, I'm gonna... let me think. Yeah, that one's going to be the Lord for agent actions and stuff. And I can focus on the enemies of one particular faction and go to work confederating them. You're going to ask for a peace treaty, won't you? Yeah, no, that's not enough money for me to even consider it. Sorry. Especially given that I could just take another settlement pretty much for free immediately. Well, in 2 turns, but more or less immediately, right? So we go force march. We go. Do I siege that? Yeah, I really shouldn't siege. I mean, look at that. That's a Kislev city. I mean, look at it. Deghov. That's a Kislev city. I have to kick the dwarves out. I feel like I'm very justified in what I'm doing. Which I'm sure is a sentence uttered by many people history does not look upon so fondly, but look, if we win, it won't matter. So there you go. Yeah, these Orthodoxy shrines are really good. I was thinking about, like, do I want this as, or a market? I definitely want that. Okay, so this one can be an Ice Maiden. I mean, she is Radoslava of the Ice, not of the Tempest, so there you go, but it won't matter because she's going to be a field specialist. And I don't mean that as some sort of lewd innuendo, I mean that literally. She's going to be specialized in field actions and hero actions and stuff like that. Which faction is the... Well, obviously it's the one I just declared war on, right? But other than them, which faction is the weakest? It would be you.
A blade dance ceremony welcomes you.
Now, confederating you is currently impossible because of baseline evaluation and because our relationship isn't that amazing.
Let us discuss
However,
over tea.
it is increasing, and maybe if I get military access with you, it's expensive, but if I get military access with you, I can send an army up north and I can start fighting some of your enemies. And I can see that you're a bit stretched out, and so you probably will lose a few settlements. Mind you, you have like almost 2 full provinces just over here, so... Don't get me wrong, I'm really happy about this. It's making me think strategically about my alliances and how I deal with the Kislevite lords. In Immortal Empires, they would all be gone by turn 20 or 30, and I would have like maybe one... and that being the Great Orthodoxy, maybe they'd stay alive, because the rest of them have just like 1 province and that's about it. I don't like that at all. I really don't. And so... What are you doing? What are you doing? Fine. Okay, so... 219 factions. Jesus, that's like 100-something gone already. Unfortunately, I can't get to... this place in a single turn, but that's okay. Embed you in the army, get a bit more firepower going, and we can besiege this place, and it does say Pyrrhic victory. Honestly, yeah, I can see it. I can totally see it. I'm going to besiege them for a while, though. And they should start taking attrition as well after a few turns. Because I'm in no rush. I want to get Katerin to here and fight these guys together, which... Yeah, when I do that, the game map lags incredibly much. Wow, okay. Don't know why. Upgrade stuff. Can I upgrade anything in Kislev? No. 4 turns until... Actually, no, not 4 turns, just a matter of money. Okay, in that case, I'll save up money. Yeah, I mean, getting Kislev up to tier 5 is... It's not even tier 5, I think tier 4 is the most important thing for some of these things. It is tier 5, isn't it? It is. It's tier 4 for the Ice Guard, which is good, but... Yeah, okay, so we'll just save up money. There is an Ice Court decision, though. It's like you knew I'm gearing her up to be an assassin, because you give me 2 options that I really need for a field agent. That's really good. Okay, so, Ataman. Reward the one, a boon for all. Reward the one. This Ataman believes that rewarding individuals sets an example for others to follow. Heroic reliance. Yeah, but... Okay, what is this, actually? It's a passive ability augment. Okay. Enabled if hit points are less than 50% base. Nah, definitely a boon for all, I think. Oftentimes, an Ataman must act as a justice, discriminating guilt and metering out punishment as required, as well as settling other disputes, legal or otherwise. Yeah, let's go for a boon for all. And then we don't upgrade this, because we're saving up money. This guy's going to be really amazing at growth for a province, and... Speaking of, as soon as we get Kislev to tier 5, I'm moving him somewhere else. Like, literally anywhere else. Provided I can move him, right? Can I? I think so. I think I can just click and then move him. So, like, moving him here, not the most important thing. Moving him down here, probably, better, and over here as well. I'm just keeping. I can just keep. shuffling him around, which actually now gives me an idea to rename him something very funny. If I can do that. And I think I can do that if I recruit him. And then disband him. I'll recruit him, rename him, and then disband him. He's basically the baby maker, right? I mean, if you think about it, he's basically the baby maker. That's what he does. Oh god, that is hilarious. He's in charge of the growth of the settlements, right? I mean, this is... As soon as he walks into a province, growth goes up by like 500%. So you can imagine just like women throwing themselves at him, like. But no, I think that's growth more in the sense of, you know, economic growth and immigration, and you know, increasing the quality of. Did I decline that? I declined that. I can get more money for it manually. Yeah, I think that's more sort of what the game is thinking about when it says growth, but I don't know, man. It's talking about population. There's multiple ways of increasing the population of a region, and not that many want to immigrate to Kislev. Just saying. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're never gonna like me. I have to confederate you through this. Although I am overtaking you. Yeah, it turns out this invocation is awesome. Okay, Kislev turning into a tier 4 city. This place might as well auto-resolve, I think. Ouch, but fine. We're just gonna occupy. And there we go. Get a veteran warrior, or rather we get another veteran warrior. Province secured, and I think that means another Ataman for us. And I would like income from buildings here, please. Thank you very much. Now we get to pick one that I want. Unfortunately for me, I don't really want any of these. I want one that gives me plus 15% income. That's the one I want. But not really an option. So I can get control, or I can get income and growth, or I can get control and corruption. Control's not a problem in provinces that you fully control. Shocking, I know. Plus, Kislev is really good at controlling provinces, which lore-wise makes sense, right? They're really good. I mean, they have problems controlling provinces with chaos, corruption, and stuff, but they're at the border of the chaos wastes. What do you expect? Flowers and meadows? No, like, that makes sense. So, yeah, like, lore-wise, it makes sense for Kislev to be really good at holding these places and reining them in and stuff like that. Rooting out corruption, etc., etc. So, although I imagine it'll be more of a problem once I head up north, but yeah, for now, not really necessary. So why don't I get this guy down there? I think that's fair enough. And this place also, I mean, yeah, minus the edict, we would be struggling a little bit, but there you go. Okay, another level up. Tenacity, I think, because HP seems to be a bit troublesome for you, although armor wouldn't be bad either. Let's go with armor first. You're gonna get all of them eventually, doesn't really matter the order. Not too much. Okay, infantry focused or cavalry focused? Infantry, but you're never gonna see much of an infantry formation in your life, so that's fine. And then over here, it still says Pyrrhic Victory. I'd like to get another siege tower. Yeah, I don't have any ways of dealing with towers and stuff like that. Plus, I'd love for Freena's army to march in and help out with the siege. Every time I mouse over like this, the game's frame rate drops down to about 10, which is hilarious. Okay, anyways, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Like, subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video, and we'll stay tuned with the rest of the series and the content I produce on this channel. I think we're going to cut it here, and next time we're going to do the Battle of Deghov, and then probably down here, and we'll kick the dwarves out of Kislev proper, and, well, at that point, I'll have the mountains in the east as a potential route for expansion if none of these guys want to confederate with me, which I don't think they will. But that's fine. I love having a strong Kislev and having to deal with that. Like I said, I find this so much more entertaining than whatchamacallit, than Immortal Empires, where it's all just chaos and a mess. Although, like I said, that can be fun as well, depending on what kind of faction you're playing and what sort of playthrough you're going for, but for this, I like things slow, you know? I mean, what can I say? I like maps with thousands of settlements to slowly grind through, and I don't mind that, so yeah, that just makes sense, I think, from a personal perspective. Anyways, thank you for watching. I will see you all next time. Links to my Patreon and channel membership options are available down in the description below if you're feeling extra generous. But for everyone, this has been it for this video. Have fun, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.